What's up, everybody? My name is David. I'm at Bald Guy Media on YouTube. This is the playoff preview of the online fantasy YouTubers Fantasy Draft League, CFM Connected Franchise. We are looking at the matchups, who they got, and who, more importantly, their YouTube tags are. So you can go check them out. But first up, we got the Chiefs. He's got the bye. He's 15-2. He led the league in rushing with Dalvin Cook, over 1,800 yards and 18 TDs. And as we take a look at his team, you will also see that he's got Tyreek Hill, which is disgusting. So, I mean, you're worried about him bombing you deep with Tyreek, and he's running the ball down your throat. So he put together a very good team, and he streams a lot and he plays a lot. So I recommend checking out his streams because he's a pretty good guy. All right, our first matchup is between Mike Irby and at Purely Football YouTube YT on YouTube. Jags are 15-2, number 2 seed, and the Patriots are 9-8 and the 7th seed. The Jags put up some numbers. Herbert is most likely going to be MVP. He threw for over 5,300 yards, 54 touchdowns. His team was number 1 in points with 666. That's disgusting. AJ Terrell had 13 interceptions as well, tied for the lead. He had Slayton and Marquise What Your Dream Hollywood Brown. Slayton had 1,500 yards, 22 TDs, and Marquise Hollywood Brown had 1,800 yards and 18 TDs. So, Jags is disgusting. I know I have to face him. You could see me getting blown out by him. He plays really good defense, and he has a really good offense. So, yeah. And the Patriots, they got a decent squad, well put together. I'm not sure how many games he played down this stretch. A lot of people start checking out in leagues when they're out of it. They want to start tanking, and they focus on leagues that they're in or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, the Jags are going to be tough. So that Jags and that Chiefs matchup's going to be pretty good. Next up, we have the 13-4 Ravens versus the 10-7 Dolphins. I don't know much about these guys. We can take a look at their team real quick. I do know that the Ravens have Jaquan Brisker, who is tied with AJ Terrell for 13 interceptions. So, I mean, I apologize for not having these guys' YouTube tags. I don't think they put them in there because I couldn't find them. But, yeah, that looks like a pretty good matchup. Let's take a look at their teams real quick. All right, as you can see, Ravens got Justin Jefferson, Patrick Surtain, and a pretty good squad right there. I mean, is Brisker not even listed? Wow, that's crazy. And then looking at the Dolphins, he's got Jamar Chase, Saquon Barkley. Got a pretty good squad himself. DJ Moore. So that should be a really good matchup right there and fun to watch. All right, so the last matchup in the AFC is between the 10-7 Bills and the 11-6 Chargers. I don't know much about them either. I do know that we played the Chargers, and this user came in like midway through the season, and actually I think gave the Chiefs his first loss, which was crazy because it was just Madden being Madden. He got hit stick fumbles, all kinds of stuff like that. But let's look at their teams real quick. The Bills have Mark Andrews, which is pretty sick with Dak Prescott, Aaron Jones. Pretty decent squad there. But I know that the Chargers look pretty good with Josh Allen. And we got some big boys at wide receiver. That's right. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. And, yeah, that should be a good matchup. So looking forward to that one. All right, now for the NFC side. You have at Lock Nation in the number 1 seed with the Seahawks. He's got a pretty sick team. He's 16-1, so the best record in the league. He was number 1 in points allowed, and he also has, I believe, Justin Fields, which is disgusting. He's really good. He beat the Chiefs in an earlier showdown, which might be a Super Bowl preview, or he could be playing the Jags, probably one of those two teams. I know they played and disconnected, and then they played again, and I think he ended up beating Leno Family SD. But that's going to be a really good matchup come Super Bowl time. Let's see if anybody gives him a run for his money, because there's one or two teams down there, maybe the Falcons or maybe the Falcons can give him a run for his money. So the 1-2 seeds in the league probably have a good chance of facing off against each other in the championship round and the Super Bowl. But that's just my opinion. The first matchup here in the NFC is the 15-2 Falcons. They've won 14 straight. That's at @normal_off close versus Humdrum Gaming with the Buccaneers. He's 12-5, and he had Micah Parsons lead the league in sacks at 26.5 sacks. As you can see, the Falcons have Lamar Jackson with Omaha on them, and they're just downright sick. And looks like with Kittle and Godwin and Eckler, the Buccaneers did a pretty good job putting his team together. So good luck to those boys. Next up, we have at Kelton Brooks with the 13-4 Dallas Cowboys, and he's playing against the 12-5 Redskins. 3 teams from the NFC East made the playoffs. Colton's got Nick Bosa, who's a problem. DeAndre Hopkins, and Tony Pollard. Those 2 guys right there are a problem. He knows how to use them. As you can see, we played him before, but a lot of high balls to Hopkins, and despite his lack of speed, Hopkins can still beat people deep. Washington's got CeeDee Lamb and Aaron Rodgers, so pretty good squad. Judon, I know he was up there in sacks. Pretty close to Micah Parsons, so that should be another good matchup. I'm looking forward to it. And last, we have at Sox Ward with the Eagles, the 13-4 Eagles versus Chicago Bears. I don't think Chicago Bears had a very good record. I think they're 9-8, which isn't very good to match up against some of these other teams in playoffs. But you win your division, you win your division. The Eagles have Vanilla Vick and Jahan Dotson. We've played him, and Sox Ward streams his games a lot. And he's got Jair Alexander and TJ Watt. He's got a problem. He's also an Eagles fan, so shout out to him. The Eagles just killed the draft. Hopefully they can do well by it and continue on getting back to the Super Bowl. This guy has Devontae Adams and DK Metcalf and Kyle Pitts, so that's a hell of a squad there. So my man at Sox Ward has his work cut out for him, stopping that offensive talent there. So I also want to make a mention that the 11-6 49ers did not make the playoffs. So you got to win your division, but when you're in a division of a 16-1 Seahawks, you're not going to make the playoffs sometimes. So that's unfortunate for him. Better luck next year. But that's the playoffs. I think these seeds will pretty much go as they're set. There won't be any upsets, possibly. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Good luck to everybody in the playoffs. And yes, thanks for watching. And maybe we'll give some updates here on what's going on with the league. So while everyone's worried about being the number 1 seed in the league, I was worried about being the number 1 seed in the draft, and we lost that. We went from 1 to 4 because we took a sim win in week 18. It is what it is, but we'll come back with a preview of the draft and offseason later on. But yeah, we lost the number 1 seed, but it probably should stay with a team that doesn't have a user right now. That is a selling point to get someone to jump on and use that team. So, all right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in a couple videos with the off-season preview or whatever you want to call it. Good luck to everybody in the playoffs. Looking forward to watching their streams and whatever content they put out from it. Later, everybody.